Welcome back to ARMEDFORAGER. Today we're going to do an ultimate reliability test. We're going to put downrange 100 rounds from these 1522 magazines from Smith & Wesson in our AR type 22 LR pistol. Yeah, if you've been following this channel, you know that we've had so many issues with these 22s, dedicated uppers for 22, and we landed on a few things. So we got the system in here, the Better Mag, Ready Mag system that allows the 1522 to go in there. And again, safety check, there's nothing in here for, the YouTube people who, monitor these things. So safety check, everything is fine. We will be putting some ammo in here though, so just don't want to get demonetized. Anyway, so there it is. The bolt holds open. There's a lot of really cool things about this, which you wouldn't get unless you had the Ready Mag, Better Mag system in there. And I'll leave a link to a video describing everything that we put into this right here. And I'll also put a video with the last reliability test that we did on this, where it was functioning 100% of the time. Every round was cycling and firing and hitting the target downrange. Now, if you have been having struggles with the conversion kit from CMMG, or if you've had any struggles with even the Bear Creek Arsenal dedicated uppers for 22 LR, it's supposed to be able to just slap these things on, put a mag in and go to town on it. But what I've seen in forums and comments on my video, that's just not the case. I would say, I don't know what the percentages are, but a lot of people are having struggles with these 22 LRs as far as reliability. And I know 22 LR is a dirty cartridge. Things do happen with these, and yeah, you're most likely gonna run into malfunctions. But we've all but eliminated malfunctions, and so I wanna put this thing to the test. Let's run 100 rounds through this, see how many or if we get any malfunctions. We'll diagnose what's going on. We'll give y'all a proper explanation on what you can do to alleviate a lot of headache involved with these systems. Also, we're going to try to get these rounds out as fast as possible to determine, is this truly reliable? And how we're going to achieve that is with this flat face binary trigger. So this is the Franklin Armory one. This isn't the FosTech, but this is the Franklin Armory binary trigger. I've had great success with these before in, AR-10s, AR-15s. These things are great. I haven't had an issue with these at all. I know that some people run into it kind of cycling too fast and then, having to reset the trigger and all of that, but I haven't had one single issue with it. And so that's gonna help us achieve our goal. Two other things real quick. We'll be firing downrange at a steel target at about 50 yards. And what we're going to use is this Thunderbolt. We had great success with this, and we also had great success with the Stingers, CCI Stingers, and the Standard Velocity, and the OEM, and the Mini Mags from CCI. But we're going to use the Thunderbolt because we haven't had a single malfunction with the Thunderbolt. It's cheap ammunition, which is great. So it is lead round nose, 40 grain, 1,255 feet per second muzzle velocity. I don't know what the difference is with these and other 22 LR of the same velocity, of the same grain, still those lead round nose. Like with that Federal Auto Match, that stuff was just horrible, did not cycle, but the Thunderbolt did fine. And it's weird, it says they're lubricated bullets and it says non-fouling, but I don't, I won't give my thoughts on that. For a lead round nose 22 LR. But that's what we're working with. I'm gonna load up these mags and we'll see what happens. Let's go out to about 50-ish yards. So here's our target way down there. I'm really pretty excited to see what happens here. Regardless if it cycles everything 100%, if I get 100 rounds out with zero malfunctions, that would be awesome. But if it doesn't, I'm still have those high hopes to see what else needs to be done to this, because Bore Buddy did have a buffer it's a little insert that you put into the spring area for the CMMG kit, and that really helped and made some big improvements on cycling and all malfunction issues, regardless of the ammunition we were using. The disappointment of malfunctions, it actually makes a better system because then you can tweak and figure out what's actually going on with the firearm. And so I get excited about that end too, because then I can put it on video for you guys so you don't have to have a big headache like I have had in the past. But we're going to be up close and personal here. You'll probably see my back, but that's all right because we're just looking for reliability. If I do hit the target, you'll be able to hear that because it's a steel target. One other thing to mention, this is an older magazine here, the 1522. The rest of these are brand new. So the spring tension and that may have something to do with it if we do encounter malfunctions. Let's make this happen. All right, going hot. Let's turn it to binary. That's probably a good idea. All right, so stay till the end and you'll see what we did to fix this thing. Okay, there was a malfunction. That one's pretty interesting. Kind of squished it up there and it doubled up on itself. There, let's drop the mag first. Oof. All right, ready to go. Okay, another pretty big malfunction there. That one didn't do so hot. Only a couple of rounds left in this. Okay. All right, so my thoughts on that. I didn't clean or lubricate this beforehand, and this Thunderbolt did fantastic the last time. There was 0 malfunctions. And so to see some of those where it just really got caught up in there, it may be spring tension. I did put a heavier spring in the binary trigger, and so it may just have troubles doing that, or it may be getting ahead of itself with the trigger component. We're gonna switch off of binary and go into semi-auto and see how well that works with the next 3. But we'll still fire these things as fast as we can. All right, here we go, plugging in. Okay, the last round didn't fire, but the rest of them did. So it may be that component, the binary portion of this may have something to do with it. So there we go. Let's try a couple of more. Non-binary, and we'll do this one super quick. Okay. Big kind of stovepipe, I guess, type of malfunction. Okay, definitely a stovepipe there. Interesting. So the trigger may have a lot to do with it then. We had that standard Palmetto State Armory trigger kit that we got from PSA, and that one did fine. It cycled all of these, so it may have something to do with the spring tension. You know, it may be catching that round and then forcing it before it has the opportunity to bounce out and eject. Let's go back to binary and we'll just have a little fun. That's an interesting malfunction there. Okay. There we go. There's another malfunction. We'll finish the rest of this mag off, and then we'll run some of those CCI, and we'll see if those do any better. Finish that off, bolt held open. Yeah, let's check out those CCI. All right, 25 rounds of that standard CCI. It's traveling at 1,070 feet per second. It's a lead round nose and it's 40 grain. So we'll pump these out, we'll see what happens. All right, we got one off. What's the deal with this? It chambered another round, but it did not reset the trigger. I think the same thing happened there. Yeah. All right, we'll take it off of binary and go from there. Same thing, chambered around, didn't reset. Okay. Same thing. Okay. Another stovepipe. Well, that's no fun. I think a lot of it has to do with the trigger, because CCI did fine last time around, and the Thunderbolt did fantastic last time around. Let's try one more thing. We'll load up those stingers because those are high velocity, and it looks like we're having trouble resetting the hammer. So next time around, we'll use a lighter hammer spring. But let's see what happens with this higher velocity stuff. Unfortunately, I only had 8 rounds of this high velocity stingers from CCI, but we're gonna load it up, put it on binary, and see what happens. It kicked pretty hard, but let's see what that deal is. It did chamber another round. Didn't reset the trigger. Yeah, there's no primer strike on it. So it's just not resetting the trigger. That's an easy fix. Okay, that time I felt a click. Felt like it did reset the trigger. That time it failed to eject and didn't chamber another round though. Okay, well that's the issue. So the spring tension is too much for this. Glad we were able to come out and diagnose this, but you'll have to wait till the next video to see if this functions properly. with that binary trigger. This quite possibly could be one of the most fun range toys on the planet, but we'll just have to see. Thanks for watching. All right, cool. Be sure to check this video out. It's where we totally and completely fix all issues that were happening with this, and we just get it to run like a top.